A wedding day is one of the most exciting times in a bride's life. Months or even years of preparation lead up to a night she'll never forget. But making sure everything goes as planned isn't always easy. There's always a slight chance that the bride's dress could get ruined or her makeup is smeared when her emotions get the best of her. This is why we came up with 10 tips that will ensure your wedding day goes off without a hitch. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and please give this video a big thumbs up. Today we'll be sharing 10 tips every woman should know before their wedding. Stay natural. A woman in China came up with the idea to test her boyfriend to see how much he really loved her. She came up with a plan to get her makeup done to transform herself into a 70-year-old woman. She put on a beautiful wedding dress and met her boyfriend out in public. With cameras rolling, she asked him if he would still love her when they were old and gray. But unfortunately, her plan backfired. Instead of professing his love for her despite her new mature appearance, he demanded that she remove all of the makeup from her face. When she refused, he stormed off and left her crying in the streets. When it comes to getting married, you should always make that commitment to someone who will love you no matter what you look like. We feel so bad for this girl, but at least she found out sooner rather than later that her boyfriend wasn't going to be around for the long haul. Even though she had good intentions, makeup always looks best when it's applied naturally. When some products are used incorrectly, they can also age you, like if you're wearing the wrong foundation color. So just remember, less is more when it comes to makeup, and you can never go wrong with an all-natural look. How to take perfect pictures. When the big day arrives, there'll be cameras everywhere. Even if you don't hire a photographer, most of your wedding guests will have their cell phone cameras ready to capture every moment. Wouldn't you be horrified if your friends and family started posting photos from your wedding day on social media and you look like this? This bride looks like maybe she was caught mid-sneeze right as the camera flashed. How embarrassing, right? You can't expect to look stunning in every photo, but at least you can try. There are tons of ways you can make sure that you look flawless from each angle. To start, make sure you keep your face relaxed at all times. This will ensure that you're not pictured looking angry or with your eyes squinting. Next, make sure to stand up straight and keep your neck elongated. This will lift up your head and decrease the chances of you being photographed with a double chin. Also, slouching never looks good in photos, so practice having good posture ahead of time. Keep your shoulders back, push your chest forward, and pull your belly button towards your spine. Having good posture will not only make you look fabulous, but it can also make you look a bit slimmer in your wedding day photos. Accidents will happen. In a perfect world, your wedding day would go smoothly from start to finish, but unfortunately, accidents are bound to happen. Many brides spend months searching high and low for the perfect wedding dress, and when they finally find one, they usually shell out at least $1,000 or more. With the amount of money that's spent on wedding gowns, no bride wants to think about her dress accidentally getting ruined. But the truth is, there's always a chance that a piece of food can dirty up the fabric or some red wine can completely stain it. This bride, Laura, picked out a dress that cost $3,000. When she went to the dress boutique for her first fitting, she brought along her bridesmaids. One of her bridesmaids wanted to celebrate the occasion by having a glass of red wine, but look at what happened next. The wine spilled all over Laura's wedding dress. Thankfully, this turned out to be a scene from a popular television show, but things like this happen all the time in real life. To be prepared for any accidental spills on your wedding day, make sure you have some emergency stain removal supplies. Dab the fabric gently with a white cloth soaked in a bit of warm water. Then use some white baby powder, white soap, or white chalk to cover up the stain. When you're all finished, your dress will look brand new again. Beauty rest. The night before your wedding, you'll probably have the pre-wedding jitters. It's not unlikely that you'll be up all night in anticipation of the big event, but if you want to make sure you slay your wedding photos and you look as beautiful as ever, getting enough beauty sleep is crucial. Wedding experts suggest you should never have your bachelorette party the night before your wedding day unless you want to show up to the venue with dark circles underneath your eyes. On the evening before you're set to walk down the aisle, make sure to stay hydrated by drinking lots of water, and try to stay away from guzzling down alcoholic beverages. When it's time to hit the sack, you'll want to go to bed as early as possible. You'll probably be too nervous to fall asleep right away, but try some relaxation techniques or count sheep until you finally doze off. Have you ever been unable to fall asleep the night before a big event? If so, what did you do to finally make yourself sleepy so you could get your beauty rest? Let us know your tips and tricks down below in the comments section. The most original reply will get pinned to our channel. Test your makeup. Do you get all dolled up and wear a full face of makeup when you go out with your friends or out on a date? If so, you'll probably notice that your makeup application looks a lot different when you're not at home in front of your mirror. Makeup can look a lot different in pictures. If a photo is taken with the camera flash on, your makeup could look brighter. With the flash off, your face could look more cakey. Your bright red lipstick may have been on fleek when you put it on at home, but in your selfies with your BFFs, the red shade might look a lot darker. When your wedding day rolls around, you don't want to run the risk of your makeup looking absolutely crazy in all of your photos. That's why many beauty experts suggest you test out your makeup look beforehand. To do so, you'll need your makeup artist to apply your makeup exactly how you'll wear it on your wedding day. Then grab a friend and ask them to take pictures of you with the camera flash on and off. If your makeup still looks gorgeous no matter what, then the coast is clear. But if anything looks funny, like your foundation seems a bit off or your eye makeup is overpowering your entire look, then it's time to make some adjustments. How to hold back the tears. This woman went to a soccer match right after her wedding. Instead of going on a honeymoon, she and her groom decided to cheer on Chelsea in their matchup against Liverpool. They received free tickets to the game on one condition: they had to show up wearing their wedding attire. On the ride home from the game, the woman said she had a great time, but she drank a little too much champagne. If we didn't know the backstory behind this photo, we would think she was completely devastated. Doesn't it look like she got stranded at the altar and was crying her eyes out? Well, by the time this photo was taken, her wedding ceremony was over, so it didn't really matter if she shed a tear or two and smeared her makeup all over her face. But for those brides who are worried about ruining their makeup on their wedding day, we have the perfect solution. You can start off by writing your own vows, and instead of making them really sweet and sentimental, you can bring some laughter into the venue by talking about some of your groom's hilarious moments. Then make sure to practice reciting your vows beforehand. If you can take the emotion out of your speech, you're less likely to start crying. Certain songs may always trigger the waterworks, so make sure the DJ stays clear of any emotional tunes that might make your eyes water. Sounds pretty easy to do, right? Waterproof makeup. No matter how hard you try, you'll probably let a few tears fall on your wedding day. It's the most important and happiest day of your life, so no one's going to judge you if you get a bit emotional. We're not suggesting that you try your hardest to fight back the tears, especially if you're an extremely emotional person. So instead, we'll give some tips to all the sentimental women out there. This is the proven way on how you can still look like $1,000,000 with tears streaming down your face. All you need to do is invest in some waterproof makeup. It's a lifesaver in these situations, so you'll want to make sure to stock up on all the best brands beforehand. When shopping for the perfect products, you'll need to learn the difference between waterproof and water-resistant. Waterproof makeup will leave you looking perfect despite the humidity, tears, sweat, and extreme heat. Water-resistant makeup is just as good, but it doesn't provide the same amount of protection. For your wedding day, you'll definitely want to wear waterproof mascara and eyeliner. Make sure your skin is nice and clean before you or your makeup artist starts applying each product. Then go ahead and cry your heart out. Forget a last-minute DIY. Everyone is going DIY crazy these days, and there's a good reason why. Tackling a DIY project is the easiest way to save some money in the long run. Weddings are expensive enough, so we can't blame some brides for wanting to save a few bucks by getting crafty on their own. There are so many DIY tutorials out there, but Pinterest is definitely DIY heaven. When it comes to planning your wedding, it may be tempting to get hands-on and attempt a last-minute project, but this might not be the best time to experiment. Experts suggest that the month before your wedding day should be completely experiment-free. This means don't do a DIY face mask on the night before your wedding day. You don't want to run the risk of having an acne breakout or having an allergic reaction. DIY hair tutorials should also be practiced and perfected weeks in advance. And if you're making your own veil or garter belt, you should take your time making them well in advance, just in case it doesn't come out right the first time around. Would you ever do a DIY Pinterest project for your wedding? If so, let us know down below in the comments section. The most original comment will receive a reply from us. Go easy on the liquids. Check out this bride. She looks like she's having the time of her life, but unfortunately, her wedding day ended in disaster. After saying "I do," she and her groom went to a restaurant to enjoy their first meal as husband and wife. While they were enjoying themselves, they decided to let loose and enjoy a few glasses of alcohol. And that's when things took a turn for the worse. The couple ended up outside of the restaurant yelling and screaming out at each other. They both ended up injured, and the bride was carted off by the police. We're sure she never expected her wedding night to end that that way, but it all could have possibly been avoided. During your wedding, you might want to enjoy a glass of champagne with your wedding guest if you're of legal age, but chugging too many drinks could ruin the entire night. You want to be able to enjoy your wedding with your groom, family, and friends, so limiting your alcohol intake is crucial. To make sure you stay in control at all times, eat a small snack before the ceremony, stay hydrated, and dance your butt off to keep the alcohol out of your system. If you want to pretend like you're drinking without actually engaging, you can order a clear drink from the bar. No one will be able to tell the difference if you're drinking a glass of ginger ale or tonic water. Avoid diets. Every bride wants to look amazing on her wedding day, but how far will some people go to obtain the perfect body? Well, we have a story about one bride who dropped so much weight it landed her in the hospital. She had always been a size 14, and after seeing a picture of herself, she decided it was time to get in shape. She slimmed down to a size 8 with the help of a weight loss plan. She felt so fantastic when it came time to trying on wedding dresses. But on the day of her wedding, she started to feel sick. She doubled over in pain and had to make a run for the restroom. Her condition didn't improve, so she was rushed to the hospital. She ended up spending the rest of her wedding night hooked up to an IV, and her condition definitely could have been caused by how fast she lost weight. Even if you have just a few months to get into shape, you can still do so safely. If you can cut your portion sizes, drink lots of water, eat fruits and veggies, and exercise, you can drop some pounds and show up to your wedding day looking amazing. Just remember that no diet is worth putting your health in jeopardy.
Thanks for watching. Please check out our friends at The Hub for amazing list videos about incredible people, science, technology, and extraordinary events. We love these guys, and if you love them too, please subscribe.
Which of these wedding tips will you be giving a try? Let us know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching.